tu vois. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are able to hear me loud and clear. Online participants, please can you confirm that you're able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, let's get started. Today we're going to start with MS Word, right? Most of us we think MS Word or MS Excel or PowerPoint. These are the most easiest tools to learn. Of course, they may be easy, but the point is there are so many things to learn. So as part of this MS Word and PowerPoint sessions, I'm going to show you a few advanced features that will help you to prepare, Word templates or PowerPoint presentations. Okay, so let's see how it goes. I have some material package with me. I'll just a second. Yeah, I'll share that one shortly with you, and you can use the same material package. Today and tomorrow we're going to discuss Word, and then we'll move on to PowerPoint. So there is a plan. Just a second. So I'm going to upload this material package onto Google Drive. From there, you should be able to download both Word and PowerPoint. Okay, this batch number is B00733. So if you want to get this material and the video access to it, you can request the front office to share the B00733 batch. Okay. So let's start with Word. We have a good number of things to discuss in these 2 days. Okay. Most of the things you may be familiar with, something like what is Word document, why do we use Word, right? Especially when you see all these documentation work, we use Word only, right? So you may be familiar with these words like what is a document, what is a page, what is a paragraph, what is a margin, right? Things like that. But there are advanced things also like using table of contents. Just a second. Yeah. Using table of contents or using the references, bookmarks, header footer section, customizing the header and footer, creating the styles, right? So many things are there. We'll talk about one by one. And what is a Word document? As you know, it is one of the files, created by MS Word, Microsoft Word, which is part of MS Office package. You know how to create a Word document. So if I just go here, go to the Word, and I see that the logo has also changed recently. You see that it looks a little different. I'm using Microsoft, Office 365. So it looks like that. And you can take a blank document and you can save it. And I would like to start off with some interesting thing called Copilot. Okay, so which is the AI feature, which is integrated in Microsoft 365. You can ask any kind of a question there and you can get a document created. Something like I can ask a question here. So, a document on IRDAI regulations for insurance companies in India. . 。  . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, instead of create a document. Okay, so here we go. Just need to ask that question. Earlier, we used to go through multiple web sources, our books and all, and gather all that information to create this kind of a document. Now it's matter of what? You just need to give a prompt and you can get your document ready. And not only in Word, PowerPoint, Excel, you have this Copilot enabled and it only goes through all those different web pages and it can create a document like that. Okay, so let's say, let's keep it. Here we go. It has written everything for us. You see that when it was established and the different things. Actually, you need to spend so much time to design, this kind of a document by gathering the information from different sources. So these days it's like easy. You can also write the letters. You can, let's say you want a leave and you want to apply for a leave and a leave letter is needed. You just say that, this is the reason I want to leave from so and so date to so and so date. That's it. It will create a very professional, email or a document for the leave. So these kind of things are possible with Copilot, but you may not be able to see. It depends on the version that you have, right? If you are a working professional and company provided you already a Microsoft 365, account, then you can access this Copilot and you can ask anything that you want there. Done. So just wanted to show you this feature so that you can start exploring more about Copilot. You really no need to spend so much time collecting this information from different sources. MS Office, inside, in that you have MS Word. MS Word is for the documentation. Now you have a Copilot and you can save this document after creating it. Go file, save as, or save. It's up to you. Different, file extensions are there while saving it. So one of those things is, I think most of you know how to save this document. While saving it, you find different file extensions. So let me show you the different file extensions that you see. You have a .docm, .doce, .dotx and all. Okay, so the default extension is .docx. Any file extension, if you see that ends with a .docx, understand that it's the most recent Word document extension. Okay. So .docx, we have .docm, which is for macro enabled. Macros is a separate topic altogether. You can automate your regular work using macros. If you really need to create hundreds of documents and you want to distribute them to hundreds of different users, you can create a macro. Macro is a program. You can create programs inside Word also, not only just in Excel. Most of you would have heard about Excel macros. We also have a dedicated course for that, Excel macros. But when it comes to Word, we have the Word macros. You can create Word macros also. Someone who learns Excel macros, they can also easily learn Word macros. Okay. Then we have a .doc extension, which is like a little outdated one. During that 1997 to 2003 version of Word, we used to have this .docx, which is a template extension. You can create the templates also. Tomorrow I'll show you how to save something as a template and the advantage of a template. Okay. Done. So the file extensions, different file extensions are there for the different purposes, but the default extension is .docx. .docx. .doc is also there before that 2007. Okay, but from 2007 and later we have .docx extension. We also have the other file extensions that can be saved using Word. You can save something as PDF, portable document format, PDF. Okay. RTF, rich text format. .txt is a text, okay, without any formatting. You can save the files with the different extensions, but most commonly used one is a .docx. So whenever you see any file, I'll show you one example here. You see that? These files are with .docx extension only. Okay, done. So you know how to open Word. You can edit anything here. You can then go here, file, either save you can do or save as you can do. If you want to apply different file extension, change the different, to a different file extension, you can go here and you can choose here. Okay. Done. And then after that, closing, after saving, you can close it also. Done. These are the most common things that we do with Word, right? Someone who is like a beginner also, they know just open the Word document and just type it. And when it comes to the interface of Word, very much similar to Excel interface only. We have the title bar here. There we can see the name of the document. We have the quick access toolbar here. So I'll show you how you can make use of this quick access toolbar. Let's say if you want to use any kind of tricky thing, a long shortcut is there. You can actually create your own shortcut there. I'll show you that. This is called quick access toolbar. These are the ribbon tabs, right? You just need to try to remember these names, okay? Because it's very easy for us to navigate within Word application. We have the ribbon tabs. We have groups here, clipboard, font, paragraph, and all. We have the ruler here. Then we have a page, and depends on the version, you see the Copilot option enabled. Okay. This may not be the default one. You have the page here. You have the status bar here. You have zooming options. You have the scroll bar here. So this is the UI, the user interface of Word. Document, name, quick access toolbar. And we have the ribbon tabs here. Under each ribbon tab, we have groups, ruler. We have the Copilot options, depends on the version, page, status bar, zooming options, and we have the scroll, right? So those things are mentioned here. You can go there and find out those details. Let me show you how you can make use of this quick access toolbar. Let's say you want to, a simple example could be, yeah, I'll open this file only. Okay. Let's say you need to apply the borders. For the selected set text, you need to apply the borders. For that, what you can do, Alt. When you hit Alt, it shows H is for Home tab, B is for borders, and A is for all borders. Alt HBA, you can do that. Okay. So if you want to do the same thing to some other range, same thing, right? Alt HBA. When you do that, borders are applied. Great. But remembering a 4-character shortcut is not that easy. What I can do is, you go to the borders feature, do a right click. Okay. Just a second. That would be a great example here, but I'll show you one thing. I can reduce one character easily. When I hit Alt, what is it showing for the borders? 5. When I hit 5, I can do A. Alt 5A is my own custom shortcut, right? Alt 5, Alt and a number and A. Okay. So you can do the same thing with other features also. Something like, if you want to, just a second, add to quick access toolbar. Let's say you want to use the indentation. This one is there, right? Indentation is nothing but you can increase or decrease indent. You can push the content inside like this. Okay. So for the same thing, if you want to use Alt, H is for Home tab, AI to add indent. Okay. AI. If I do that, the content is getting inside, right? But do a right click. I don't want to use Alt HAI. I want to add it to the quick access toolbar. Now, Alt, what is the number? 6. Okay. So you can add a few features that you may want to use them, regularly. Add those few features onto the quick access toolbar, and you can easily use them. Right? So let's say here, once again, Alt 5 A. And I want to push this content Alt 6. So whatever the shortcuts that you want to use, instead of using Alt HAI or Alt HBA, right, multiple characters, you can simply add them onto the quick access toolbar and simply access with Alt 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you don't want them, just do a right click, do them. Okay, you may get a question like how many features can I add like this? Usually the quick access toolbar accepts up to 1024 different features. Okay, but I don't really recommend you to go with that much, those many, shortcuts or the features. Use only 6 or 7, and that you want to use frequently. Do not add everything there. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. So this way you can use the quick access toolbar if you are using a particular feature every day. Okay. So something like borders or format painter. Format painter is the one that you want to regularly use. So format painter is nothing but whatever the format is there, you can apply for the other things also. So whatever the format that you have. So instead of using a mouse and going there and selecting it, you can use format painter. Like say if you want to remove it, just do a right click and remove. So different features can be added to the quick access toolbar. Okay, try this one so that you can create your own documents. See, coming to the editing of the documents, from here onwards, I would like you to take a look at this. So in this 2 days, training program, this is what we are going to do using the different features of Word. You get a very plain document like this. Nothing is there. Okay. And you want to convert that plain document into this, a well-formatted document like this. Okay. With table of contents, headers, footers, with page numbers, right? Inserting a blank page, right? Heading styles. All these different features one by one we need to apply. And finally, a document with a footnote, end note, bookmarks, inserting pictures, right? The different features, using the hyperlinks, inserting new objects. All these things together will prepare a well-formatted document like this. Okay, so what is the input that we get? We get the input like this with no formatting at all. What is the output we are expecting? We're expecting an output like this with the footer, footnotes, bullet points, all these things, plus table of contents like this. If you want to go to that offer validity point, okay, hold control and click that, it directly takes you there. Okay, so the different kind of things that we are going to use here, that is the plan. So it's going to be completely hands-on kind of a training program. So using different features. So the point I'll tell you, learning different features individually, you may not be able to practice them, but we have a master document, prepare master document, which is your input file, and you have an output document master. So this is the output. So using this general terms and conditions, that should come as your main page heading, and then table of content should come and all other things, right? So this is what we are going to do. We start with styles. Most of us, we don't really, pay attention to these styles, but they are like very powerful. Okay, once you create a style, you can reuse it for multiple number of times. Let me show you. So if you look at this definitions, how is it? Here with some formatting and with border and bullet point and things like that, right? I want to use a style here instead of applying the colors. Most of us, what we think, when we see something like that, I'll increase this size to maybe, what is the size here? 16 and Calibri light headings. Okay, just take that 16 Calibri light headings, right? And what else? Some color, right? Just go to the font color and apply some blue color, something like that. We try to manually apply, just try to, match it here. And if you want to get the same kind of a format, what we do is that you use the format painter, go here in the second part, evaluation criteria. You just try to apply like that. Just try to match this, but hold on. Never ever do like this, okay? My recommendation, go with the styles. Okay, go with the styles. We have the heading styles and title styles and different kind of styles. Even we can create our own style. But instead of creating our own style, there are, as we have already a good number of styles, I'll try to edit an existing style. Okay. So first of all, I'll go to that heading style. Most of us, I'm very much sure you wouldn't have actually tried using them. What is this style? We every time go with a manual formatting, which is not correct. To create a consistent document, applying the manual format is not correct. Let me show you what I'll do. I'll take this heading style, right click, and I'll say modify. Right, we have the heading style. We can change the color here if you want. Let's say I'm good with this color. Okay, and I want to make it bold. Okay, and along with that, I also want to get into format. Okay, use let's say border. I want to apply underline border with a double line, something like this. Okay, I'm just clicking here to apply. That's it. Okay, and then maybe 3/4 thickness. Click OK. This one is done. And also, I want to use the numbering. I want to go with this style, or I want to go with this style. I'm okay with this style. Okay, go with the numbering. Click OK. So whatever the things that we applied as part of that style, everything is recorded here. Okay, all those features, the different features, like we applied a border, we applied color, we made it bold, we want to make it italic, or whatever it is, right? Once you are done with the style formatting, editing, okay, click OK. That's it. Now you see that this particular word definition, I'll just apply that style. By the way, it is using that indentation, which is pushing the content a little inside. Observe that one is starting from here, but I want it to start from there. Do one thing. You don't need to worry about again manually modifying it. Go back to that style, right click, modify that. And I don't want any indentation. So I'll push, I'll click this to push it towards the left-hand side and click OK. That's it. Now, once you define your style, you see the advantage. When I want to use the same kind of formatting, I just go there and I'll click that. You see that this time the main headers, this got the number 1, this got the number 2, right? So all other things, offer validity is there. So you can use this. Number 3, so it is coming as good as our document, whatever we have. You see that? Same, right? Do not go with manual formatting. Then we have the terms for this. Okay. You know what I used just now? Let's say if I want to apply this payment terms, the same formatting, I can repeat the last step. What is it? Applied a style, right? To repeat that last step, I can use F4 is the shortcut. You see that I don't need to again and again go in there and apply that. Instead of that, I can simply do F4. Right. You see that tax and duties, all those main headings, I'm just applying that with the help of F4. F4 is a common shortcut, almost all the MS Office products. Okay. They can repeat the last step using F4. Shipping marks. Okay. Delay incomplete. Delay. I think I applied mode of dispatch. Somewhere I applied extra format delivery. Okay. Mode of dispatch. Okay. Port of India. Just do a little bit of right. This one it should have heading style 10. 11, 12. Show of material guarantee warranty. You see that? I'm just using F4. That's it. Okay. Now a question comes. I'm not happy with this blue color. I want to make it green. right? What we usually do is that most of the beginners with this word, what they do is that they simply go to each and everything and try to change the colors, right? See, this is where we actually invest a lot of time to fix these issues. But actually, you don't need to do that. Just go to that style because you have applied a style for that header, right click and modify that. And you are not happy with that color. You are okay with this color. Okay, just take that. You click OK. Observe everywhere it got changed, right? That's your main header, right? You just need to control or modify the style. That's it, right? And if you want to make it like a body and bold and click play, that's it. Right? Everywhere it will change. This is the advantage. Done? Okay, and just don't think it is only useful, the style is useful just only for maintaining the consistency with in the colors and the format that we apply. No, just not only that. Styles are useful in many other places also. But today you just apply the styles. Tomorrow I can show you how you can use these styles to create so many other things like hyperlinking or, the other thing is table of contents or, different things we can use. Right, this is done. And then moving on to one more style, because this time you need a sub
Yeah,
point.
Kishore. Yeah, Kishore. If I want to remove any one of the header, then also that numbering and all this will get adjusted.
Correct, yeah. Let's say I don't want this style to be applied. Let's assume I accidentally applied something and this is not needed. So I just want to bring it back to the normal style. The moment I bring it back to the normal style, what is the number assigned to it? 2, right? And the next point is 3. But what I'll do, I'll just go back. This point 2, I'll make it normal. The moment I remove the numbering from there, you see what happened here? Automatically, the numbers will also get adjusted. So that one earlier, it was 2 and it was 3. Now what happened? Because I removed 2, the next numbers automatically got adjusted to 2. Is that okay? This is what you're looking for, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, it
Thank
will
you,
be
Kishore.
auto adjusted, right? I just hit a Control Z to bring it back. And the next one is I want to create, I can use the heading 2. One more, you can create multiple heading styles also. I want to use this modify, and for this I want to use a color, this one. Okay, I want to make it bold. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Click OK. So wherever the sub points are there, I want to go with heading 2. This is also just a style. I can repeat the same thing for all those sub points. Yeah, all these things are sub points only there. Done. That is our heading style 2. You can create heading style 3 and all. Done. Now you understood what is the advantage of applying a style. You can bring the consistency. Most of the people, what they do, every word they pick up and they go there and apply either with the format painter or change the font size, font colors and all. That's going to take some time. Let's say if you have 200 headers like that in a big document, you cannot go to each and every line and apply that style, apply those colors, right, manually. So at the time of designing the document itself, if you can apply a style, if you just don't want that color and all those things to change to any other color, you just modify the style. That's it, right? I've shown you like 2 different style, heading style 1 and 2. You can also customize the rest of the styles, like you can use them. Applying themes. Okay, you can apply a theme. Here we go. Of course, I'm not going to use those themes, but theme is a combination of colors, fonts, effects. Let's say, I'll show you one thing. I want to go with this, maybe this thing, right? You see that because there is a theme applied, your entire document now in terms of the colors, fonts, effects, everything got changed in one go, right? So why do we use themes? We use themes to maintain the branding colors, the brand colors of our company. Let's say every company, they follow certain colors, and you want to see your entire document, following the same colors, right? The same color palette. So for that, what you can do is you can create your own theme. Okay, something like okay, so you can change the colors here. Different colors you can use, different fonts you can use, different effects you can use. Once that is done, you can save the theme and you can reuse the theme on other documents also. Okay, so theme creation is a one-time activity. So there you can manage your colors. It's up to you. Your company may give you the colors, text background, or the, text color should be like this, or, the rest of the color sequence also it gives, right? So you can use all those colors. You can use the company brand fonts. Once that is done, you save it as a theme. And whenever you want to apply the same kind of colors, you don't need to again apply them manually. What is that you can do? Simply go browse for the themes, apply it there, right? So I'll do one thing. Just for now, I'll just put it back to the normal one only. Tomorrow, when we complete this entire document, I'll save the theme. I can apply it on any other document so that, other document also follows the same standards. Okay. Tomorrow I can show you. You know the find and replace, right? Let's say a particular word you want to find and you want to replace it with something else. Okay. So a simple example would be, let's say contractor is there. Okay. I want to replace wherever the word contractor is there, it needs to be replaced with contractors. Yes, should be added. Right. Then what is it? We can do Control H, find the word contractor, replace the word with contractors. Find and replace. Again, a very commonly used feature, find and replace shortcut is Control H. See, Control F, I'll do one thing. Control F is only for finding, right? Contractor. If you do that, wherever the word contractor is there, it will show that. Okay. But when you go with the Control H, it gives us the option both find and replace. Easy feature only, you just attempt that. Find and replace. Okay. Setting up the default font, superscript, subscript, something like that. You have these options here also to make something as superscript or to make something as subscript. A simple example I can tell you. I want to use let's say there is a trademark. Okay. I can make it like superscript. Sometimes we write 2 power 2. That power place is a superscript actually. You can also make it like subscript. Right? You see these trademarks or registration symbols and all, R, RTM, right? These kind of symbols, you see them as a superscript only. Right? You have the shortcuts also. You can use Control Shift, basically that is underscore. And this is Control Shift plus. And yeah, that is plus only, Control Shift plus, which is Control Shift equal to. Okay, equal to when you hit plus and equal to are on the same key. So you can switch them to superscript and subscript, right? And if you want to set something as a default font, you can use the Control D. Let's not do that today. Tomorrow we'll do that. Bullets and numbering. Okay, so I'll take you through this section also. First of all, we completed a couple of styles there. Right. We are applying all these things individually at this point, but soon you will understand the power of a style. But you understood one thing is that if you apply a style that maintains the same consistency throughout the document, even if you don't want to see this color, any other color is needed, font is needed, just change in the style itself. Everywhere it will be changed, right? Done. So the next one is bullets and all. So certain things we need to apply bullet points here. Let us follow our master document. Okay. So ultimately what we want to get is the same view like this. Okay. So under definitions, we want to apply bullet points here, but which is with the numbers. Okay. So select these things. 1, 2, 3 bullet points. So you have them here. You have like either with the bullet signs, you can show them, or with the numbers, numbering and bulleting. Okay. So I want to go with this style, or go with this style, or go with the ABC or whatever. Right. I want to go with this ABC. Okay. So in other places also, part A, part B, these things also we want to go with the same bullets ABC. Right. Again, part B also we have. What is the shortcut that we discussed? F4. Correct. F4 is the one that you can use. So we have like 5 points here. Yeah. You see this now. Here we have different bullet points, right, for these three. Something like that. And if you want to push this content a little inside, you can hit a tab button. Okay, so this is also looking good. And then I'll come to the inserting of these images shortly. We have in point 5 the stick marks. So they are here. So different options, okay? Depends on the requirement, we use them. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 style, shipping marks. Something like this. Okay, finally 15 point also has the bullet points. Yeah. Done. So the different bullets and the number styles we have seen just now. Okay, if you want to control them to push the indent a little inside or back, you can either use tab to push it inside or use shift tab to reduce the indent. Increase the indent, tab. Decrease the indent, indentation. Okay, tab or shift tab. Okay, that is also done. Numbers we tried, borders and shading. Okay, borders and shading, it's up to you. Let's say for this document, I want to apply the borders and shading. Page borders. Yeah. I want to apply a box kind of a thing, and let's say a border like this. Of course, I'll take it off, or a double line border, or anything. You can try out the different things there. Apply. Click OK. There for the page borders, it's there. See, I just want you to follow this document and try to apply all these things one by one. Okay. I'm showing it like more from the practical standpoint instead of looking at the theory, because these kind of things, reading a lot of the theory is not going to help you. You need to apply, see the effect, how it is working. Okay. So all these slides will help us to prepare this document the same way, the way it is. We got a very plain data and we are trying to convert all that into a document there. Right, borders, shading you can apply, just try that out. Sorting. But yeah, for the sorting purpose, in this document, we don't have any such option. But I would like to show you a different example. Okay, tell me something. What is sorting? We know that we usually see this sort. Sort. Where do we hear this word sorting?
We sort information mainly in Excel, like we sort columns, rows.
Yeah. Correct. We sort the data, right? We sort the data using any column in either ascending order or descending order, arranging the data. We can do the same kind of a thing in Word also. That is here, sorting option. We can arrange the data in ascending order or descending order. But for that, I just need some small data set here. Let me just get that one from Excel. I just want to use a small data set. Yes, I have the names here. Right. This is like a table. On this, I want to apply the sort. At this point, the names are not arranged properly. Okay. I'm confirming that my list has header row. Yes, employee name is the header. And I want to sort using the employee name, which is the text data type in ascending order. So if I do that, which name we are expecting, something that starts with A should come here. Click OK. You see that? Arranging the data in either ascending order or descending order. In Word also it is possible. We have the sorting options, right? But this sorting options, okay, let me just select this and select this. You know, if you are selecting a paragraph and if you are attempting a sort, it doesn't make much sense. Why? Because it is using that first character and it is trying to apply the sort. So it's not going to work, properly there. So what is it doing? It is bringing A to the first place, B to the second place, I to the next place, and T to the next place. Sorting something like this is not going to help you, like a paragraph sorting. But a table, if you have some valid and meaningful information is there, and if you want to sort it, yes, you can sort it. And if it is a table, if you want to select the entire table, you can click on this and you just do a right click and you can delete the table if you don't want. Okay, right. So here we go. So sorting is one of those things you can attempt that. Line spacing and paragraph spacing. Let's see that document and master document. So in all our cases, I'll show you one interesting thing. So let me explain this here in the point number. Yeah. This one itself. Okay. What I want to do is I want to increase the line spacing. So this place, you have the line spacing. You can increase it. You see that? So line spacing is nothing but between the lines, how much space should be left, right? How much space should be there? Just click OK. And you see that between the lines, now you have more space. But otherwise, you can bring it back to single line space. Okay. You have the line spacing options here. Right. So the other thing is the page setup. So far, it looks good in terms of the page height, width, and the margins that we have. But if you want to adjust that, something like I can give you a simple example here. Now you are going for a printing, right? Let me just get rid of that borders. I don't want the borders. Okay, you're going for printing, right? This needs to be printed like a book. Then definitely you need to pay attention on the page layout related things. So far, we only discussed like how to edit the styles or, applying the borders or applying the bullets or shading or, colors and all, or line spacing and all. But when it comes to the page layout related, you need to do something like this. So if you want to go for a printing, I definitely don't recommend the borders and all, the page margins like this. Because if you look at the margins, it is using 1111, nothing but each side it is leaving 1 inch space. But a recommendation, if you are going for printing, I'll keep the left as 1.5, right as 0.5. You may get a question, why are you leaving so much of space on the left-hand side? So if it is a book printing, right, what will happen? Exactly, when you go for the binding, you need to have more space on the left-hand side than the right-hand side. Otherwise, this content will go inside that binding, right? Easy thing only under the page layout, you have the margins, you also have the portrait, landscape and all, right? So I would like to show you one more very interesting thing, right? Let me just put it back to one. This is only for the regular documentation printing, not for binding. So I just brought it back to 1111. Coming back to this orientation at the time of printing, right? This is what you need to use, either landscape or, portrait. If I do a landscape, entire thing that turns into a landscape, nothing but a page. This is a portrait page, right? A4, if you are, imagine the portrait one is like this, landscape one is like this. One is a vertical one and the other one is a horizontal one. Horizontal one is landscape. This is all okay, but you get a question. What if I want entire thing in portrait only because I want to print like this, but one page, right? Something like this one. The payment terms, okay? This entire selected thing should be in the landscape. So your entire document follows portrait only, but in between sometimes what happens is that you need to have the landscape pages, right? Then what you can do is click this. Okay. So for this part, I want to use a landscape, but here you have something like this for the selected text. Only for the selected text, you want to make that part as landscape. Then you observe something. You have your entire document in portrait, but when it comes to the payment terms, it's into landscape, and the rest of the things again portrait. Okay, this is also very, very useful. I'll tell you why you need to use this technique. Sometimes in between your document, you may get a table, and the table may be horizontally very long, right? You cannot accommodate the table onto a portrait page. Then what you need to do only for the table, you just need to select the table and turn that into landscape, only for the selected text, right? So you will have your document with both portrait and landscape pages. Very, very useful when you are working with tables and text together. Okay. That's why we use in between a landscape selection. Okay. Right. I'll do a Control Z to bring it back because we don't have any such kind of situation there to insert a landscape page, but you know the process now. In between a document, if you see a landscape page, that is what you need to understand. Just select that, go here, right? Select it as a landscape, but only for the selected text. Okay, done. Page orientation, you know that, right? Paper sizes, you are okay, right? A4, A3, regularly used one is A4 only. Okay. So let me show you header and footer also. In our document, if you observe output document, you have a header and you have a page number footer, right? What is this header and footer? Okay, simple example. When you look at any textbook, or for that matter, any other book also, you see the page numbers. No one enters those page numbers manually. How those page numbers come onto the document? With the help of header and footer only. Right. Let us see how to add the header and footer. If you take a printout, everywhere, in the header place, Excelytics will be printed and footer place, page numbers will be printed. So how to insert them? Same thing. You just need to go to our master, prepare master. Just do a double click. This is what you can do. Just do a double click in the header place. Okay, this is header. And if you enable the header, even the footer will be enabled, right? This way you can do that. Or here we have something called, where is it? Yeah, insert. Header and footer, right? There also you can click on header and you can insert different headers, or you can say edit header. When you click on edit header, it does the same thing. It takes you to the headers place, right? If you just do a double click outside, it will come back. But easiest way, just do a double click on the header. Yes, it will come like this. Now we see what we want to do is we want to insert the company logo here, right? So once you click inside, it will take you to the header and footer contextual tab. Okay, as soon as your cursor is there in the header, it will be enabled. And there you have different options. What is it you want to insert? I want to insert a picture, right? I want to insert the company logo there. I can reduce the size, right? And I want to push it to the right hand side like this. So I have inserted a header on the page number 1, right? And interesting thing is, once you insert something into the header, it will be repeated everywhere. Okay, so that is the benefit of a header. On the document, sometimes you see on all the pages, you see your company logo. Okay, why it comes? Because of this header only. We do not want to copy paste this company logo on multiple pages. What is that we do? Simply keep it on the header. And the other one is page numbers. For the page numbers, I want to keep the page numbers here on the left hand, on left side. So, okay, bottom of the page, I want to use the page number like this style. Then I get the page numbers here. You see that this is page number 1. When it goes to the next one, it automatically shows page number 2. I don't need to manually type it. See, the headers and footers, you would have done something similar to it on the Excel. We have it, PowerPoint, we have it, headers and footers, right? For every page, you can show this.
Is it affect page setup?
Page setup, yeah, interesting thing. When it comes to the page setup, the size related, okay, margins. If you go to the custom margins, you already have this, what do we say? For the headers and footers, you have certain space left out there already. If you observe, 0.5 inch at the top, it is mentioned, it is given for the header, and footer 0.5 inch. You can reduce them. Something like one thing, you can reduce it from here, but I don't want to change it. What I can do is, let's say I see a lot of space like this. I want to reduce that, okay? I can just move it up. Okay, something like that I can do. And also this I can reduce like this. Or I can increase also. Okay. Now we see, now the numbers have changed. From the header, it is what? 0.31, but I can increase it. See that? Right? So the page layout has this page margin has these header footer margins also. It leaves that space already, and you can control that as well. If you want this header to be printed from here itself, yeah, you just move it to the top. But only thing is that the challenge is when you take a printout, it comes very much close to the border of that page. So not a great idea. Okay. Yeah, we attempted the page numbers. We attempted a picture. Okay, by the way, in your material, when you get this material, you have the required pictures and all images. All those things are there. You can also try out to get the same output. Okay. Date time, margins, you can try all those things. Margins we have seen already in the header and footer, right? If you want to get the date time there. I'm just showing you this. Again, the header place or footer place, sorry. Something like this, okay? I'm using a tab button. So on the right bottom corner, the date will be printed. Okay, on the, let's say if you open this tomorrow, this will be updated also. 29th October it shows. Okay. Page setup, paper sizes, page breaks, cover page. Okay. Right. Let me show you what is that cover page and page. Okay. So I want to go to insert. If you observe in our master document, general terms and conditions, a complete guide, something like that it shows. I'll go here. I'll insert a blank page. I mean, a cover page. Maybe something like this. You see that? Document title, document subtitle. Right. Date, company name and all. These things are the document properties actually. Something like add a title. Title is general terms and conditions. Let me add it here. Okay. I just put it as some text or something. When I do that, what happened here? I did not type it here. Observe. Let me explain you what is it. The document related properties, you can save them inside this info, right? You go here and you have the properties, advanced properties, you can see all of them. You see this title, whatever I write here in the title, that will be updated there in the title place. It's like a placeholder, right? I no need to go to each and every page. Let's say title is, it needs to be repeated in different places, right? I'll show you how you can use those placeholders also. If I write ABCD here, okay, and click OK, and go back in your title page, automatically this gets updated, right? Just go back here, info, all properties. Let me show you now. This is general terms and conditions. Subject is all about the conditions. Okay, other manager company. You can mention all those things. It's up to you, category and all that. Click OK. Okay, so those things get updated. So it's you see this general terms and conditions, right? Date, company name, company address, all those things you can update them in your properties itself. Company name, team, Excelytics. Okay. All other things are also there. You can modify them. You can also even create custom things there, right? What is that custom property? I'll explain that tomorrow, not now, right? Once you just update it, you know, company, team, Excelytics, and company address properties there, date properties are there. I'll show you that how you can make use of them. But today what you need to try is just go to info and get into the properties of the document and just update a few things here. They can be reused for multiple times. Okay. How we can reuse and all, I'll show you. Let's say company name is there. You don't want to go to each and every place and change the company name. In one place, if you change it, and everywhere it will be changing. Right? You don't need to do a find and replace also. Most of us, we do this. If you need to change the company name, what is it we do? Simply find and replace. No, let's not do that. We can create a custom property, and inside the custom property, we'll save the company name. If I update it there, everywhere it will be updated. Right? See, a few people, they smartly work with Word and, you know, they update if they really need to prepare a new proposal for a new client, right? They don't want to do this find and replace. There are so many challenges doing a find and replace. Sometimes what happens is that, let's say you sent a proposal to one client. Client name is ABCD Private Limited. Now you need to create one more proposal, a similar proposal for different company. What is it you do? You open your master proposal file and do a control H, find this ABCD company and replace it with XYZ company. Then sometimes you may do some mistake and the previous company names may be left in your document. It doesn't look nice, right? If you're sending a proposal to a new company, everywhere the new company name should appear. Your company name and the other, you know, company name should appear. Just in case if you don't do that, find and replace properly, what will happen? The previously mentioned company name may be left there. it doesn't look nice when you send this document, right? So how to get rid of those kind of things, we'll see that tomorrow. But for now, what I want you to try, go to info, and after inserting, the title page, just update the title, update the subject and company and all other stuff. You just update them there. Just use the existing ones, okay? How to use the custom properties, I'll show you, because I have already this header. I mean the title page, I just removed that. After this title page, what I want is I want a blank page. Sometimes, you see this page is left blank intentionally, something like that. You see that message. Let's say I want to insert a blank page, right? When I do that blank page, I'll get the blank page directly, right? And I can do one thing, something like this. You can use a control enter if you want to get a blank page, right? So after the cover page, you want to have a blank page, and then your paragraph should start. So I can write here, this page is left blank intentionally, right? You can make it center alignment. You can use Control E if you want, okay? Control B, you know how to make it bold. And to make the font bigger, Control Shift, the greater than, less than symbols are there, right, on the keyboard. Full stop and comma symbols. If you hit them, Control Shift, you will get bigger font or smaller font like this. I want to see something like this. Okay, so you have a cover page, right? You have a blank page that is left intentionally, and there you have all those paragraphs starting. So this looks good. Page breaks, we tried, cover page and a blank page. By the way, if you hit Control Enter, it creates a page break there. Page break is nothing but up to that paragraph, right? It stays in that page. When you hit Control Enter, it directly goes to the next page. When you hit an enter, what happens? It goes to the next line. A simple example, let me show you. If you hit enter, right, a normal written button like this, it goes to the next one. I'll tell you one thing. This payment terms should go to the next page from here, from the first beginning of this, okay? You want to break it here, Control Enter. See that directly takes you to the next one. So you want up to point 4, it should print up to this page number 4. And this payment term should be printed on the next page. So though you have some blank space, you want to move that content to the next page, Control Enter, okay? Control Enter to insert a page break there. Right. Inserting, smart arts, pictures, right? You can try out all those things. Different features are there. I'll cover a couple of pictures there because we have to insert a few pictures. Complete up to this point for today. Right. You see that you need to insert a picture there, 0.3 here. Keep the cursor there, insert a picture, from this device. It's already there on the desktop. Right. Now you reduce the size of it, and also observe something. You have the picture wrapping options just next to the picture here. What I can do is I can do something like this. Then what happens is that you see automatically it is getting wrapped here and the text is going towards the right hand side. I can also use the other wrapping option. So if I choose this, right, and if I move this, you see that usually in the newspapers and all, you see this kind of a style where the image is there in the center and the rest of the lines are like surrounded, right? Yeah, you can do something like this, or you can also make it look in the background of it, or something like this. But it's not a great idea, it is overlapping the picture. So it is recommended something like this. Okay, and if you reduce the size, you see that even the lines are getting adjusted automatically. something like this. Done. There's one picture. And we have one more picture here in the terms and conditions, second paragraph. Here, you need to adjust that. Insert a picture, which is weapon picture, right? The same thing again. You just need to use this feature, right? So that the lines will be automatically adjusted next to it. Yeah, you want after this line, after payment terms, here. So sometimes the pictures can be inserted, just not next to the text, maybe as a separate picture itself in a new line. Alt text, it's not needed here. Okay, done. So inserting the pictures, not only pictures, you can also insert the charts, insert the shapes or smart arts, depends. Right? When it comes to the smart art, you have like different smart arts to show the process. You want to show something like this, right? Okay, you can also use the colors. It's up to you, right? You can insert some text there. Different things you can do, right? But yeah, as part of the document, we don't have such kind of a thing. So I'll simply go with this. Yeah. Okay. So I will save this for now. Okay. So we have a very, very, very important thing here to insert an object. And then adding a table, deleting a table, and few more things. We have one more very important thing coming up, mail merge, right? Mail merge, I'll discuss this point later because using the table of contents, references and all, I'll complete this. Okay, and then I'll go back to mail merge to send out thousands of emails with a simple word configuration, right? It's like easy thing only, right? Let's see, in tomorrow's session, what we are going to discuss is, I want you to first of all complete whatever the things that we discussed today, headers, footers, inserting the pictures, bullet points, setting up the styles, very, very important. Because you need to be ready with these two things for tomorrow's topic, because table of contents, when I design, it follows the styles only. Okay, so styles you need to edit and be ready. Just complete all these steps. Okay, be ready with this document and you have your master document here, and following the PowerPoint presentation, I'm just applying all those steps, right? Now you know what is a cover page, what is a blank page, how to insert it, right? And then how to go with a table of contents. Table of contents, we'll discuss that. How to go with styles, heading style 1, heading style 2, numbers, bullet points, page margins, right? Set up all these things and keep this document ready. I'll show you tomorrow how to insert new objects onto Word, hyperlinks onto Word, smart arts, clip arts, you can try there, like insert like image only, right? We'll do all these things. And also I need to discuss custom property tomorrow. Okay, I'll show you one interesting thing. You just create a custom property. You can make use of that property in different places. It hardly takes any 5 minutes to update your entire document for a new client. So that's how you can do it. Okay, you no need to do the find and replace. So let's say usually if there is a proposal document, what are things you need to update? Client name to be updated, dates to be updated, pricing to be updated, addresses to be updated, right? A few things will be there in every document. What you can do is that you can actually save that as a custom property. If you go there and update the properties, your entire document will be updated. In hardly takes any, 5 minutes that you can update the entire document. That is what we are going to do tomorrow, right? Let us apply all these things for today, right? Just apply these things. And tomorrow we'll see how to use the custom properties, mail merge, table of contents and all. Just in case if needed, maybe half an hour or so, we'll do that on day after tomorrow. But what I want you to do is for today, I want a screenshot from you of the first 3 pages. One, okay, in our document. One, that is our cover page. Okay. 2 is our blank page. That means you understood what is a page break. 3 is our first page of the document with the style applied. 3 screenshots I need in our WhatsApp group. Okay. So this will give me idea about you inserted, header, and you have a style applied, and you created footer, header and footer, and you created a blank page, and you also have a cover page. So this will give me some idea. Okay. Can we all do that? Sharing a screenshot. If you are part of WhatsApp group, you're already there, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
share a screenshot of all these 3. Tomorrow is going to be much more interesting because today we are only applying the different things, but how it is going to affect our entire document, I'm very much sure you still have no clue. Tomorrow I'll show you the styles, how they affect us, the custom properties, how the document can be affected. Okay, all these things we'll see, right? Done then. So let's catch up.
Yeah, Kishore, do you share this all this output
Yeah.
master document?
Yeah, it should be there in. Okay, so the front office team will share this entire material package with you. PowerPoint presentation, all these things. Okay, just check with them. They will share a drive link with you.
Okay, okay, Kishore. Thank you.
Complete them. I want to see the screenshots from each one of you, please. Yep. Great then. So let's catch up tomorrow then. Thank you. Thanks everyone.